Okay, so I'm just gonna let that go for a bit. And then, honestly, food-wise, I'm just gonna eat lantern fruits, because they're easy. I think the melons are actually the better fruit source, but I'd have to replant them every time. And that require... No, actually, the lantern fruits are perfect for food. Sweet. Yeah, you're looking forward to Anthem. I am too, actually. I'll probably play that through with Shell. And then it'll be like a nice duo series, or maybe I'll find... I don't know, I want to start doing like game double date kind of situations. I think that sort of thing would actually be really, really pleasant. You know, for the past 5 years, I've largely just been adding Shell to co-op series with other dudes. And I feel like actually doing stuff with established couples would actually be kind of lovely. I don't know how I got more quartz, but I'm not going to question it. Okay, so let's deconstruct this. It looks like it got rid of the, I just put a hatch here? Cool. So we're still out of quartz. I think I know exactly how to get more quartz. Just gonna grab as many creepvine seed clusters as I can grab. Until my inventory fills up. Okay, I think it's pretty full. And we're just gonna dump it into a, I'm just gonna dump it into one of these lockers. You really want Demon X Machina, but you're worried it's gonna be bad. Me too, but, good thing for you, I'm gonna be buying it and playing it. So if it turns out to be garbage, then I will be the first to complain about it and save you the money. Okay, I don't think I can get that creep vine. Oh well. Anyway, so I'm just gonna load up on an inventory full of various resources. Or inventory. I'm just gonna load up the base with things. And then build what I need. Okay. What do we have? Okay, that's good enough. Let's just drop a number of these off. Okay, can't finish constructing that, and that's unfortunate. But yeah, I'm really hoping Demon X Machina turns out to be an amazing game. I am a big fan of mech games. I've been waiting my entire YouTube career for someone to make another Armored Core game. Like, no joke, I desperately have wanted to do a series on an Armored Core game to cover on this channel, and there haven't been any, and it's from Software, no surprise. They're busy with Dark Souls, which sucks a bit, because, you know, no time for Armored Core. But if Demon X Machina turns out to be really good, then awesome. And if it turns out to be complete garbage, then, never mind. I'll just be kind of sad about it, because I like mech games, and I really like mech games. That's really all that needs to be said. I was really hoping I could get a little bit more there. Well, it'll just be sort of dumb. See, can't you play the old games on PlayStation? I'd have to load up one of the really old ones on PlayStation 2? Or I could, I mean, are there any on the Xbox? Because I think there's backwards compatibility on Xbox One. Let's see, Battletech's a cool mech game. I just am so, like, burnt by harebrained schemes. I loved their Shadowrun game, so I was really excited when it turned out that they're going to be working on... when it turned out they're going to be working on a Souls-like Metroid... no, a Souls-like roguelike, I guess, would be the best term for what it was. And the problem was, it was garbage. It was real bad, and I'm still mad about that. It straight up was, like, almost not fun. Oh. It was fun for, like, the first hour and then you realized, oh, this is just the game. And then it, like, had one boss, and it was bad, and I was just like, oh. Yeah, the most recent one was 2013. Yeah, it came out more or less right before my channel started, and I didn't have a PS3 at the time anyway. So what about the recent Gundam game? I mean, I played, like, an amount of that, but that's a straight-up fighting game. I like fighters, but I don't like them that much. I'm not that committed to playing them. I really liked that, Override Mech City Brawl game that I played with Shell for a bit. But I don't think I'm gonna, like, play more than that, to be totally honest. They're just hard on my hands, and not amazingly fun for me. Okay. Let's get some jelly shroom seeds. Let's see, so what was my game of the year last year? Probably God of War. It's very hard for me not to say God of War. There were a bunch of amazing games that I loved dearly, but I can't... The critic in me can't say anything other than God of War. It was so good. I really liked Wandersong. I really liked quite a lot of games, but I'm gonna probably consistently give it mildly to God of War for just being absurdly good. Hades was pretty good and will be amazing next year when they finish it, presuming that they finish it within the next year. Let's see. Yeah, what about the gamer in me other than the critic? I'd actually have to look at my list of games that came out. Let me check my playlists. So Wandersong is really high up there. Ashen was fun. I liked Ashen. It was a little bit bland. I needed more weapon types. EDF 5 was good, but they really need to have more interesting levels. Because the problem is, like, I couldn't get into them. There was no, like, continuity, and half the levels were just in the same zone. Darksiders 3 was nice, but not... it was okay. Grease was pretty, but short. Smash was okay. Let's Go Eevee was actually really endearing. I still get a little bit sad realizing that we're done with that series. What else was there? Spyro Reignited was pretty, but I just don't have the background for it. Starlink wasn't bad, actually. I liked Starlink Battle for Atlas, but not enough to say I loved it. If they made a proper Star Fox game like that, oh, that'd be amazing. Spider-Man is up there for me. I think my only problem with Spider-Man was that the plot might have felt a bit rushed towards the end. I feel like Dr. Octopus, like, flipped the switch and immediately went to mass-murdering psychopath, and I was like, wait, hold up, where'd that come from? Let's see, Crosscode was great. Mario Party was good, but it needed more depth. Mother Gunship was amazing, but more development will help it a lot. Let's see, Dragon Quest XI was nice, but I haven't finished it yet, and the silent protagonist drives me up the walls. Star Control Origins is in a massive, murky legal battle, which is kind of hilarious and really sad. Xenoblade Chronicles 2 was good, but that was more than a year ago. It just took me forever to finish. Definitely not We Happy Few. Monster Hunter World was fantastic. That was a really good one. I, like, came up with a list of this a while back, and I've already, like, kind of forgotten about all of the games I'd picked. They did Prey Moon Crash, but no. Wizard of Legend was good. I forgot that was this year. I think that was this year. What else was there? A lot of mild disappointments. There were some really good games that I was really excited for that did not pan out. Dungreed was decent. I'm still a little bit mad at the developers, but it was decent. The Heroes of Hammerwatch. Deep Rock Galactic was pretty fun. Full Metal Furies. Was that this year? I think it was. I want to say it was. It was pretty good. Oh, hey, we can just make salt. We don't need to, but we can. Oh, we can also make crystalline sulfur with cave sulfur. Well, let's start by making some cave sulfur while we're here. The problem is, like, the years are starting to bleed together. Yeah, I'd have to sit down at some point and do a thing. Yeah, Full Metal Furies was this year. That was really good. So what do the Dungreed devs do? They, so for those of you that don't know, Dungreed is a pretty decent roguelike. Kind of formatted like Rogue Legacy, but more traditional roguelike-ish. The problem is the developers more or less took... so Cryoris, one of my mods, fans, and friends and whatever, and the developers more or less caught wind that he was creating a mod of for Dungreed to rebalance some things, and the mod added quite a lot. Actually, it was pretty fun. Oh, I need to go get Bulbo tree samples. But you know, the mod changed the game in a really fun way that I really appreciated, and the developers are like, hell no, locked it down so you couldn't do any more. So you can't do any more modding, and more or less locked him out of it. And then I think even took some of his, like, content from his mod, which, like, isn't that big of a deal, but it was just kind of a low-key dick move, that I felt, you know, bad for him about, because, like, he did actually put a decent amount of work into making the game kind of really interesting. And finding out that a developer of the game that I liked did that, it kind of killed my opinion on the game for a while. And, like, I get that it's their game and then they can lock down the modding whatever they want. And that, you know, they are South Korean, so that maybe the modding scene isn't particularly common over there. But it was still kind of a dick move, and I was just like, you know what? Yeah, I've got some other things to do. Yeah, they actually did poach his code. Yeah. And so it's like, I know Cryos himself has I'm not going to say forgiven them at this point, but he has played at least a little bit of... I'm just gonna go until the Bulbo tree gets destroyed. Unless it... Okay, it does get destroyed. Okay, this is obnoxious. Knife it! Ugh. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. There we go. That's better. And thank you, Hydroist, for the 2,500 bits. Thank you so much. Let's see. It's like the Binding of Isaac devs, they import mods they like into the game. Except for I'm fairly certain for Binding of Isaac, didn't they do that with permission? I could be very, very wrong on this one, but everything I heard about, you know, Isaac was they'd imported the mods into the game, properly. You know, by asking people. I could be wrong about that one, but I think I would have heard a lot more, like, controversy had they actually done the really, really dickish thing of yeah, so with the permission. And that's the thing, like, you have to handle it really graciously. If somebody makes the, if somebody makes a, a mod and you include it in your game, ask them. Like, most people are gonna say yes. Hell, if the Dunkgrid people had asked Treacherous, and I can't speak for him, but I bet if they had actually, I bet if they had asked him personally and been like, yo, like, we really like what you did, can we just use this in the base game? Like, we're gonna lock down modding because we don't want it, but what you did was cool. Can we use it? I'm fairly certain Treacherous probably would have just said yes. And everything would have been right in the world. But they didn't. And that's where it becomes not okay. Alright, so we need a Cyclops. We need lube, we need enamel glass. We should be able to make almost all of this considering my massive wealth of resources. So let's start making these things. But I don't know. I am big on morality. Especially going into like 2019. Treating people really well. You know, not trying very hard not to give money to awful people or attention or time. There have been a couple of indie games that I specifically was really looking forward to, and then I heard about the developers being awful, and I'm like, man, yeah, never mind. I'm just not going to. In before Wander makes more lube. Oh no, man. I got so much lube. I'm just gonna go find it. I don't... Oh, wait. We have power? What are you talking about? What do you drink at game? Stop drinking that salt water. Not good for you. Okay. And we'll make lube anyway, because I'm lazy and standing right here. I'd made a bunch earlier, but now I don't need to, because I'm right freaking here. Man, this game without setting up the alchemy chain instead of going out of my way for everything else. It definitely has trivialized the game, but I've also done the whole song and dance of, oh, blue palm. We need lead. I can get lead from sandstone chunks, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, while we're here... Oh. Oh. I'm just gonna get range upgrades like crazy. Clearly, there needs to be a crossover sequel between Subnautica and Factorio. Dude, Subtorio would be amazing. I think you have blue palm. I don't think so. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that go for a bit. I'm 90% I don't have blue palm yet. I'm not actually sure what blue palm looks like. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have any blue palm yet. However, we can go get it real easy.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Let's see. Subnautica plus Factorio would be really cool, but hard to do. I could see in about 10 years we're probably going to have a Subfact as a proper series, as like a game that exists. Like, I'm gonna bet that it's gonna exist at some point. Sooner than later? I don't know. Like, I have no idea what the timetable on that sort of thing could or would be. But, like, it just seems like an inevitability considering everything else. Because we've got Factorio. We've got, Forager, which admittedly is not exactly like Factorio, but has an amount of Factorio-like aspects, that I find particularly engaging. Is that a blue palm? That's a blue palm. We're just gonna go to town on this one. There we go. Alright, that should be enough. And we want to go over here. We've got Satisfactory coming up in the next couple months, year, or something like that. And so, like, I could earnestly see a bunch of proper Subnautica, or not Subnautica, a bunch of, like, Factorio clones. And I think it's an inevitability that you'd have some kind of ocean base setup that follows the trend. And I'm fine with that, because I think that'd actually be quite lovely. It might not be great immediately, but I could see, like, heavy sandbox elements kind of becoming a huge trend at some point. You know, for ages we had a bunch of bad Ark clones or Stranded Deep clones or whatever. And it wouldn't surprise me if we don't end up with, like, a bunch of people that were huge fans of Factorio or Subnautica starting to, like, kind of merge it. I don't know. The game singularity gets kind of weird sometimes. There's a little bit of lead. I mean, hell, I wouldn't be surprised if Satisfactory doesn't add just aquatic levels. It's problem solved. Let's see. So if Satisfactory had a good story. I don't really think I care if it has a story or not. In fact, I feel like I feel like if Satisfactory had a story, I'd almost be disappointed. Oh, you know what I don't have on my bar? I'm a wingnut. There we go. I forgot my Sea Glide on my bar. I knew I was missing something. It felt light. And I didn't have an explanation for why. Now I do. Okay, so that should be the lead I was looking for. And my inventory is quite full. Well, that's good, actually. Let's see. Doesn't Factorio have a story that they're implementing, or at least a story mode? Maybe? I will admit I haven't looked that hard into it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Okay. Let's see. So we've got... I love that there's no animation. You just appear. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I've got the lead. Is that everything? It is. What do I need for a mobile vehicle bay? More lube! No power? What are you talking about? I'm just gonna make another one of I'm just gonna make another mobile vehicle bay and just put it above my base instead of actually, like, going out of my way for other stuff. See, doesn't Wander like roguelikes? Absolutely. I've played far too many of them, honestly, over the years. Unfortunately, it means they actually have gotten a little old for me, too. Let's see, put an auto-sort thing in the moon pool so you can drop things off in the... Sea moth. I should? Wait, can I hop on this thing as it's going up? Aha! Ah! Well, you know, in the grand scheme of things, this actually worked out pretty well. You're not exactly supposed to, deploy this thing from deep water, but here we go. Kind of slow. I probably could have swam to the surface, but we have to wait until, We have to wait until this thing reaches the surface anyway for me to even climb onto it. I was kind of hoping I could just build the Cyclops while I was up here, but, oh. I could just straight up make the Neptune escape rocket right now. That'd be weird. What do I need for the prawn? Aerogel, which we don't have the recipe for, I think.
New blueprint acquired. Be advised, the Cyclops is designed to be operated by a 3-person crew. Only experienced helmspeople should attempt to pilot this vehicle solo.
To be totally honest, I like the Cyclops. I also don't like it that much. It's an interesting mix of it's a ship that I really love. How do we get in this thing? It's a vehicle that I like.
All systems online.
It's a vehicle that I really like. It just also makes me feel... Oh, we don't have any power for this thing, do we? Maybe? Shit, I don't remember anything about this game. Okay, base. Alright, so that should be done. So that's internal lighting, external floodlights. Okay, no vehicle docked. Decoy launcher. Power cells are all loaded. I don't remember where to turn the engine on. Cyclops upgrade fabricator. So you can make a Cyclops solar charger. Sonar upgrade. Okay. I just don't remember where to turn the power on. It's probably back in the engine room. I just missed that.
Engine powering up.
Okay, so rig for silent running. Oh, you can't strafe on this thing. I forgot about that. No, you can't dock a Cyclops in a moon pool. Yeah, there's a mod that adds strafing.
Engine powering down.
Okay. There's also... They have turned off infinite power? You used to be able to put a power cell charger on the Cyclops and get net positive on charging. Oh, they took that off? Aw. I was hoping with enough efficiency modules we'd be able to do that. Alright, so I'm just gonna park this thing outside for a bit. That's the fish. Alright, so where's the base? There's the base.
Power restored. All primary systems.
Hey, thank you, the Valent Badger for the sub, and welcome. Okay, so silent running consumes extra power. Alright, well, let's put this away. Let's... Nope! Nope, well... We want to use this. Oh, which is unpowered. Okay. Oh, you know what? How many of these do I have? If I'm low on power, then let's just chuck them into the generator. Problem solved. I should probably also eat a bit. I don't remember which has the, best power. Oh. I wanna... We're gonna have to figure out how to get, some more power on this thing, maybe. Is there a bioreactor that you can get on the Cyclops? Or any other way of getting power apart from using the other thing? I don't know. Whatever. It's fine. Okay, so we want to go back in here. I'm gonna want to get a boatload of lockers. These are storage. Yeah, they might actually be enough. Now that I'm thinking about it. Otherwise, we could just do the whole auto-sort whatever system. Alright, so what can I build on here, in here? Baseline, probably could use a fabricator. Where do I put the fabricator? Probably next to the door. I probably should put the fabricator in here. Do I wanna? Okay, solar, thermal, and nuclear. Vanilla only has thermal, others are modded in. Gotcha. Okay. And this is where the... Well... I mean, honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm going to be using the Cyclops anytime immediately. So I'm going to put the, Can I put the mod station in here? Where else would I put it? I'm gonna build one right in here. I'm hoping I can just pull from my nearby inventory. Let's see, an aquarium. But do I want an aquarium? Heck if I know. I'm gonna build one anyway. And honestly, can I actually just build a second fabricator in here? Probably put it in this room of all places. Here. Let's see, if you have the Cyclops, I'd suggest you get a prawn suit. It blends well with the Cyclops. Yeah. No, I know. Let's see. I wanna plant, I want a plant pot and another plant pot. You are going to take a lantern fruit. And you are going to take some melon seeds. We're going to be on long voyages. I'm pretty much going to want to live off of melons. Let's see. Then there's nowhere deeper. Yeah, there's nowhere further in than this. What else would I put on here? Extra storage would be nice. A battery charger. I mean... I'm gonna get battery charger. We're probably not gonna need it. And don't question me on the power cell charger. We might not use it. We might be able to mod trick things anyway. That'd be kind of nice. I'm just going to put the medkit station back here. Probably not going to use it, but still. We're building up a bunch of power drains without a solution yet. Is the power actually being drained immediately? Probably Probably will get drained if I ever use any of these things, but... Oh. I guess I... Oh, am I too far away from the base? No, I'm closer to the base. We might just be out of titanium. Let me see. I do burn through titanium, maybe a little bit too fast for my own good. And unfortunately, every time I run out of titanium, it makes my life a little bit harder. Oh, right. I was gonna...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
I was gonna drop a bunch of this stuff off. Except for the old marble melons. Those we're just going to shove in our face because I have no immediate use for them. I'm not actually sure why I picked them all up originally. Because we don't use them for crafting. Okay, so... Alchemy, metallic alchemy. Yeah, so we are out of titanium. Why do I do this to myself? Well, easy fix. Let's find something to scan. It's always like 1 or 2 scannables around here, I think. I think they respawn. Or we just get metal scrap. There we go. I think that's like one of the only things that actually respawns in this entire game. That and probably salt. I'm just gonna wager salt respawns because it wouldn't make any sense for it to not. Okay, now let's just grab a couple of sandstone chunks, go back in the base. I want to see what mods we can jam on the thing. And then, do we take the Cyclops out for a spin? Honestly... Oh, that was to feed the bioreactor. Right, that's why I grabbed it all. And then stopped paying attention because I could make the Cyclops. Happens. Okay. So we want to make titanium. Oh, and stream died. Why? Alright, that was weird and frustrating. So let's make some more mechanical magic. Let's get some more let's get some more titanium. I don't know why titanium just like breaks my words in a bad way. Did it rip again?